Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So today I wanted to start off the video with a shout out slash mal call. I just got this in from Mr. Money Mad Visions over there. I was fortunate enough to be part of his 750 subscriber giveaway, and to my surprise, I actually won it. So let me just show you guys what I was able to get. So he did a pretty extensive review of this piece, and I will again try to do my best to capture all the details that he did. But this is a Nissan Skyline R34, pretty much profile for profile replication of the RLC. The only difference is that it does not have the opening feature of the hood, but man, this thing is just a work of art. Top notch, 10 out of 10 quality. I mean, interior details, it's pretty sweet. He even has it called out 750 subscriber giveaway, and he's got his initials there as well too. So again, I'm truly honored to have this piece from Mad Visions over there. I know he is on his way to 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, go over there, like his videos, and give him a sub. And with that, I wanted to get into today's topic, which is customized cars and how to value them. So guys, I don't even know if I am qualified to be talking about this because I don't have an artistic bone in my body. I've actually gone away from doing customs because, guys, this is basically the extent of what I can do, which is wheel swap, minor details. You can see I got like the engine manifold painted. I got a seat in there that's painted red. I painted the intake snorkel black. I believe this interior is actually swapped from a different Acura NSX of the same casting, and I learned to rivet the base down to the car. So this is the extent of what I can do from a customization standpoint. So again, not sure I'm qualified to talk about this, but I can at least give you guys a reference point, and you guys can make your own conclusion here. So first, I will just point out that with customized cars, there's just a different type of value put on these cars because it's very personal. There's a lot of time and effort and thought that goes into each custom. So I wouldn't look at it so much as a monetary value, but more so a personal or sentimental value. And this is where it gets tricky because there is no conversion chart to tell you how much sentimental value is equal in monetary value. So a simple rule of thumb, guys, when it comes to purchasing and selling customized cars is it's totally to the customizer's discretion as to how much they want to sell it for, and I guess vice versa, it's totally up to the customer if they want to buy it or not, right? So with that, I wanted to talk about the first example that I have. The one time that I commissioned a car is this one right here. So this is a Jada Option D Toyota A86. So I actually worked with a buddy to get this piece created, and this was way before Eno 64 put out their 164 and before Hot Wheels had their modification to the A86 cast to what it actually looks like today. So I personally thought at the time this was the nicest 164 scale A86 out there, and this is actually what it looked like before we customized it. So actually I had two of them. It's funny because this car is actually pretty pricey nowadays. You know, as it comes originally from Jada, I mean, it's like almost like a $50 car. So at the time I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they were climbing in value. I just knew I liked this cast better and I wanted a customized version of it. But if you guys don't recognize this theme, it is Kaiichi Tsuchiya's personal A86. So he's a pretty famous guy. You can kind of see him in the background here. Got a little statue of him. So he is the original Drift King. He is the guy who basically invented drifting and who the cartoon Initial D is actually based off of. And he does a lot of other things over in Japan. I know he has a couple of different TV shows. The Hot version is one of them where he's always doing toge races with the A86 and other cars, and he's just racing all kinds of stuff, everything from Hondas and Evos and STIs. He's always reviewing the latest and greatest cars coming out from Honda and Nissan as well too. And then I know I believe he's still a race car driver too. I'm not sure what series, but anyways, he's just the guy that I really look up to. I guess another cool fact about him is that he did show up as a cameo in Fast and Furious 2, so Tokyo Drift. He's the guy smoking cigarette and fishing. So again, just a lot of reasons to like the guy. And again, I fell in love with this car. The more clips I saw of it, just weaving through the mountain roads. And first it was the 118 scale from Ignition model. I found it for a really good deal. I purchased it. It's kind of a question mark as to how many actually exist in the world, but I've heard it's as little as a couple hundred, like 600-700. So again, really fortunate to get that, and that's actually how I got the little statue there of Kaiichi as well too. So at the time, again, I mentioned that Eno 64 did not put out their 164 yet, so I wanted one made up just to pair with my 118. So again, I had a buddy, he's really good at customizing, and I worked with him. Just to give this car a little bit of attention here, so you can see it's got the 5-spoke wheels with a chrome lip. It's something that we worked on together, and then he basically prints and makes his own tampos. So you can see he's got the green carbon fiber hood, he's got all the rear quarter panel logos, gloss paint, clear coated everything. He even got the license plate right on the car, front and back. And then again, he had to paint strip this and then repaint everything. The only thing that we couldn't do was get the interior closer to what the actual car has. So it is a black interior, it does have the green Dakota seat belts, but it does have all this subwoofer stuff in the back, which isn't in the real car. But again, at the time I was happy with it, and I think it actually looks kind of cool in there as well too. So but anyways, this was my first piece that I ever commissioned, and I guess you could say my first experience with customized cars. So as far as like price goes, I worked out a deal where all he wanted was $50 for it, and it took him a month and a half to get this back to me. So I thought $50 was completely fair, and once I got the piece in hand, I sent him 70. So essentially $20 gratuity, because again, I really appreciated all the time and effort that he put into it. And you can see I got my little family here of the A86s, and I know this was technically 164, but it's not. This is more your 164. This is probably more like it's probably closer to like a 150. And then I got my 143 and then my 118. So it's kind of neat. I got my full-blown family of Kaiichi Tsuchiya's A86 here. And I will say that around $50 to $70 is kind of where I see custom cars typically go for, right? So, you're talking full strip down, repaint, tampo work, you got custom wheels, detailed interiors, etc., right? That's typically where I see them sell on eBay. I guess there's a number of other variables that could make the price go up or go down, right? So, another big one is who the customizer is. If they have a following, if they have a lot of credibility in the customized realm, then you're going to be paying a lot more for their custom cars. On the flip side of that, guys, I'm seeing cars on eBay where all they are is a wheel swap and maybe some detail work, and a lot of times they're not even riveting the car back together. They're just super gluing it or something like that, and they're asking $20 to $30 for it, right? And again, I guess to each their own, right? If you're the customizer or if you're the buyer, but I would recommend folks not buy those, just because I feel like that's a pretty simple modification that I think everybody definitely has the capability to do it. I guess I'm going off the reference point that I can do it, so I would imagine anybody could do it, right? Again, wheel swap, interior swap, minor paint details, things like that. I wouldn't go and pay, $20-$30 for it. But again, I'm not exactly sure all the details what the customizers are doing, or the reasons why people would want to be, purchasing something like that, right? And sometimes I even think about the 8086 that I had my buddy make for me. I mean, how much could I possibly sell that to, and would anybody even be interested in it, right? I would think the most value that it has is right here in my collection. The last thing I'll mention, guys, is be very cautious of certain sellers, when they're selling Supercharger Hunts or RLC or convention pieces that are very popular. As I've mentioned in previous videos, customizers are really good at what they do. So one thing that I'm seeing that's actually pretty scary on eBay is there's a lot of Supercharger Hunts, very sought after ones like this Datsun 510 wagon that people are making customs of, putting onto custom cards that look identical to what comes from Hot Wheels, and they're selling them for hundreds of dollars. The only thing is you have to catch it in the description. They'll say custom or a replica, right? So be very cautious. That kind of activity, guys, I'm on the fence because I feel like the prices are lower. So if somebody just wants a visual representation within their collection, the price you pay, it's obviously going to be a lot lower than what buying the real piece would cost. But at the same time, if someone thinks they're getting an actual Supercharger Hunt or RLC or convention piece for a discount, I mean, they're going to be sadly mistaken, and they might regret it later on, knowing that the value that they paid isn't technically there, right? So that's the one area of customizing where I do feel is a little sketchy. So definitely, again, just do your research before you buy these things. And I don't think the customizers or the people selling these custom cars will have any issues talking through what they've done with these cars. I'm sure they're proud enough about it where they will give you all the details that you want, and then you can make that sound decision if it's something that you should pick up and if it fits in your collection. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know in the comments what you think about custom cars. How much have you paid for one? Do you commission them? What customizers out there are you guys following, and do you wish you had a piece that they've made in your collection? Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.